Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So this is kind of old news, but kind of not, because it's something that's still happening. So I live in Canada, which you probably know if you've seen some of my other videos, Ontario, Canada to be specific. And one thing that's been happening is there's been a minimum wage increase. So the minimum wage used to be $11.60, and as of January 2018, it got raised to $14. And since this happened 3 months ago, that's why I said this video is a little bit out of date. But they will be increasing the minimum wage again in January of 2019 up to $15. And I'm just here to give my opinion on the topic and why I don't think increasing the minimum wage is a good idea. But before we get into this week's video, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. I make anywhere from topic videos like this to rants to story times to pop socket videos. And with all that being said, let's get into this week's video. So as I previously said, my opinion on the topic is that the minimum wage shouldn't have been increased to $14 and it shouldn't be increased to $15 next year. And the reason I say that is because I'm a business major and I'm not claiming to know everything about business, but in one of my courses, we were talking about the minimum wage increase. And one thing that one of my professors pointed out was that people don't understand what minimum wage is for. Some people are like, oh, I'm working a minimum wage job and I can't afford to pay for my wife and 3 kids and our mortgage and our 2 cars. That's not what minimum wage is for. Minimum wage is for a single person who lives in a small apartment and takes the bus. Minimum wage is supposed to be able to support one person living somewhat comfortably. That's what minimum wage is for. Minimum wage isn't for you to take care of your entire family. So people complaining about minimum wage being too low, that's because you have a minimum wage job, but you don't have a minimum wage lifestyle. You want to have 2 cars, you want to have a 4-bedroom house, but yet you're still working a minimum wage job. Minimum wage isn't supposed to be able to support that. Minimum wage is supposed to be able to support you, your small apartment, and a bus pass. Another thing regarding something I learned in school is one thing I learned in economics is how much money you make relative to what you can buy. So when the minimum wage increases, in order for especially smaller businesses to be able to continue to afford to pay their employees, they have to raise the price of their products. So let's say the minimum wage just went up, so you're making more money and you're like, oh yes, I can finally afford that TV I wanted, or whatever it is. We're just gonna use a TV as an example. When the minimum wage went up from $11.60 to $14, that was a 20.7% increase. But eventually the price of that TV is going to go up by the same percentage or maybe a little bit less. So if you're making 20% more money, but then the price of the item you wanted to buy went up by 20%, then you're still just as far away from earning that TV. So let's say before the minimum wage increase, you said, okay, if I save this much money, I'll be able to afford this TV in 6 months. But now your wage went up, so you're like, oh, maybe I can afford it in 4 months. No, because the price of that TV is gonna go up in percentage too, so you're still 6 months away from buying that TV. So the amount of money you're making relative to what you can afford is exactly the same, because when minimum wage goes up, so does the price of all items. Therefore, you can still buy the same amount of things. Let's say with your paycheck before the minimum wage increase, you could go to the grocery store and buy 5 apples. Now the minimum wage increased, but now the price of apples also increased, so you can still only afford 5 apples. Do you see where I'm getting at? So yes, the numbers in your account, in your bank account, went up. But that money relative to what you can afford is still exactly the same. So increasing the minimum wage actually isn't helping you. And you're still not going to be able to afford your mortgage, you're still not going to be able to support your family, and you're still not going to be able to afford your 2 cars. 1, because that's not what minimum wage is for, and 2, because the price of everything is going up with the minimum wage, so you're still making the same amount of money relative to what you can afford. And I know that this particular topic doesn't apply to everybody, specifically since I'm talking about Ontario, so that limits my demographic to who this actually applies to. But I know that minimum wages change everywhere around the world. And I'm just here to tell you that when the minimum wage goes up, you're not actually making more money relative to what you can actually buy. So yeah, sure, your bank account looks better, but in relevancy to what you can actually afford, you have the same amount of money. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on the topic. If you have a different opinion or if you have a different perspective, feel free to comment it down below. We can start a discussion in the comment section. As I said, this is just my opinion. I'm not stating anything as fact. I'm just stating it as my opinion on the particular topic, and I don't think an opinion can be right or wrong. Therefore, feel free to let me know your opinion down below. But that is all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video. Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. Glasses on or off? Off this week.